Let's talk about Malachi Fields, right? Wide receiver at Notre Dame this past year. He played at Virginia for a couple years prior to going to Notre Dame. And he is absolutely a freakish athlete. I think he's the best overall athlete in the draft. Now, does that mean anything? Not necessarily, but it's helpful because the question about Malachi Fields is how is his speed? How is his long speed going to work in the NFL when you're talking about being a big X wide receiver that plays on the outside? You got to be physical, but you've got to be able to have enough speed to be able to create separation. I think that it's not going to be a concern, but it is something that may be. But this guy, has clocked in the past. I couldn't really find that exactly where it was, but I did find this at multiple sources. A 4.42 40-yard dash and a 6.81 three-cone drill with a 38-inch vertical. That is absolute freakish numbers for a guy of his size. Now, what he ultimately does at the combine is what we're going to obviously be able to go on and make sure that, that's why I think the combine is going to be so massively important for Malachi Fields, because usually, here's my thing. 40-yard dash is one of my favorite. It's fun to watch, but it's one of the least important workout. Of all the workouts, the 40-yard dash is really probably the least important. But in certain situations, it's not, because if you look at somebody on tape and you say, man, I like all these things, but my major concern is speed, and he comes out and they test well and the speed is really, really good, then ultimately that could rise you up the boards. Or maybe you go back in and watch him from a different perspective of okay, maybe he does have that speed, or how else, but he was able to also be crafty and create separation with his physicality, with his, good route running, and obviously his football IQ and overall intelligence.